moss that I'm using to mix up my substrata for the snakes turned up today. So,
all right,
massive 100-litre bag of it.
that's
What's
so
that?
much.
The Irish peat moss
Yeah,
with the green writing on the front of it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I got it off of Amazon.
Yeah, when I bought my one, I bought it off of eBay, but it actually cost quite a small fortune if you wish for it. It cost me about 24 quid, I think, for mine.
Yeah, I think
But
this
then
was
for
about
some reason, about another week later, another one turned up.
bonus.
So I was like, oh, I had a text from her, like she was sat there, and all of a sudden I had this text come through, and I'm at work, and it's like, have you ordered anything? I was like, well, I have, yeah. And like said what I'd ordered. It's like, oh, right. And she took a photo of this massive like black bin bag sat on there on the floor. And it's like, so you haven't ordered this? I was like, no. So yeah, they kindly sent me one for free by the looks of it. Evening,
Awesome.
Stefan.
Evening, dude. How you doing?
But obviously, then for me to go and like send it back to them and stuff, it's going to cost me a fortune anyway, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just kept
It's not
it.
like I can't walk down the post office and go, yeah, can you weigh that for me, please, and tell me how much it's going to cost?
Yeah, but that's one where you to clear your conscience, you kind of just get in touch with them and say, look, don't really know what's going on here, but I've gone off you already. A second one's turned up. I can't afford to ship it back to you, so if you want it, you got to come and get it.
Well, I did like send them an email about it, but I never had anything back. So
That's fine. That's fine then.
maybe it was just basically, they said exactly the same things to themselves. It was like, well, for them to ship it back to us and stuff, or then for them to then pay me then to ship it back to them. It's
yeah. Oh, hello, sis.
no. But yeah, it was, just a stroke of luck, really. So I ended up having 200 litres of it.
Bonus.
Yeah, it's lasted well. I'm almost just using the last bit. Yeah, I think I've now got like about 40 litres worth of mix left. And then that's it. I'm going to have to buy some more.
Yeah, I need to go. Oh God, my mother's in as well. I didn't see you there, Mum. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and find myself some better quality topsoil. I picked up 2 bags of topsoil at the weekend, but it's the Goodwin stuff. It's really cheap. It's about 4 quid for a 25-litre bag or something like that. But it's got like lumps of clay and stuff in it, and it's not really fine, like decent quality topsoil, like the Westland stuff. So I need to find a supplier local to me where I can physically go and get some, because everywhere you find it online, it's like 20 quid a bag, and that's because they up the price of the bag to cover the delivery costs because of the weight of it. Whereas if you buy it from B&Q, although the nearest B&Q to me that actually stocks it is Eastleigh.
How far is that?
It's not far. It's about 40 miles. It's about 40 miles, but it's 40 miles in a roundabout way that takes
40 miles for a bag of
miles.
Yeah.
Sod that.
But this is the downside to living in the arse end of nowhere.
I mean, I normally get mine from B&M.
Yeah,
that's where I get mine.
That's normally where I get mine.
Oh, we got one of them.
That's 140 miles away.
No. That one's 12 miles, so it's not quite so bad.
Okay. That looks like a bottle of wine, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
Yeah, it's not. Don't think I'm like necking a bottle of wine here.
What is it?
A mini bottle of wine there, or a bottle of champers.
It's Aspel.
Aspel.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, after today, I'm kind of like looking just out the corner of my eye, just where my alcohol cupboard is.
Raid it.
The top shelf in there is absolutely chocker with stuff that I've received over the last couple of years for Christmas, birthday, that sort of stuff. Lots of very, very, very nice cask aged whiskey in there and stuff like that. So. But for the moment, I'll stick with coffee.
She bought a new cage today. Oh my god!
Oh mate, these rats are getting spoilt more than you, aren't they?
Right. So I'm cleaning these out. Would that fit in the car? And I went, what? She went, that. And I went, what is it? And she showed me the picture of it, and I was like, yeah, I think so. Was I wrong? Oh my god, mate. It is huge. You could get about 5 parrots in there. It's massive.
Oh my god, they're like these 2 rats are literally, they're about 4 inches long. They're still babies.
They're tiny little things, yeah. But
I think it was a knock on my door. Sorry guys, gents, 2 seconds.
Oh.
Scary. This is when like you hear gunfire, like ah.
Yeah.
Like, who do you call first, though? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Have I sent you my new sticker, Tom?
Your new one?
Yeah. The one with me on it. That's the one.
That one.
Yeah, I'm sort of going through the list of who I've sent them to. Rocky Mountain, hello.
Oh, hello, James, Danielle, whoever. Hello. Yeah, you sent it to me when we got your mug.
Yeah. Yeah. I've still got to send you that.
With your 2 little paintbrushes that you sent with it as well.
Mate, do you know how many I have of them? Look, I'll show you. Well, that's a bag of 50 there. There's about 8 bags.
You can never have enough.
Well,
you can... No,
yeah, if anybody would like a paintbrush
or tongs, you know, whatever you want to call them, and that's all right, James and Danielle. That's fine. It does it occasionally to people. There's a few people that have mentioned occasionally that, you know, they feel that they've subbed, and not only just to us, but to a lot of other channels. But yeah, tweezers and tongs are one of those things that I find that you can never have enough of, though. Even though I only generally use 2 pairs.
Same.
But I've got a few other little ones.
These Cobra tongs, which don't even fit in the screen, as you can see. They are massive. And just the ones for the
2-foot ones.
Mate, they come up to my waist. They are huge. Right.
Sorry about that, gents. That was my next door neighbour. He's off on holiday and just wanted to drop
What,
off a set
now?
of keys. No, 6 o'clock in the morning, but he's dropping off a set of keys so I can go and like check on the house and stuff for him while he's away.
Oh, okay.
Everyone always picks the most opportune moments to do stuff like that. Parcels. Oh, don't start me on parcels.
Yeah. What was I saying about the rats? Yeah, so this cage is huge. Mate, I could get in it. Well, maybe. But there's things coming through the post, like little hammocks and something else and
You know
things.
what she's doing, mate, didn't you? This is a step towards a pair of sugar gliders.
See, now sugar, fine, absolutely
It's
fine.
strategic. She's getting everything the right size now, so that later on when she's like, nah, rats, they're just rats, just shift the rats on. And we've now got this big empty cage with all these awesome toys in. You know what we could put in there?
I'm happy with that. Yes, I think they're absolutely mint, but there's only so many things you can buy a rat. Like, I'll show you a picture at some point, and you'll. It's like a mini house in there.
That's mental.
Yeah, see, we don't tend to do that with like tarantula tanks, do we? You give it a hide, a water dish, you go, yeah, job done, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after the last couple of like enclosures I've done, I'm really sort of I'm itching to get back into doing some slightly nicer setups. So I won't say too much on here because the next one that I'm doing, the one that you've sort of half seen, James.
It's amazing.
Yeah, not so much. You know the main centerpiece of that I showed you that's going to be the hide. Yeah, I knocked it off the work table earlier on. It hit the deck and smashed.
No way.
I've got to rebuild it and patch it up.
No.
That was that 100-litre bag of peat moss that turned up. I dragged it out to the garage, put it down, and as I put it down, it flops over and bumps against the work table, knocks it off the edge.
That's so crap.
But I want to get that one finished. And there's another couple of ideas that I've had as well that I want to do. And I've got next week, at some stage, I've got 2 new additions turning up.
Okay.
So there'll be videos up for them. And one of those, I need a decent, good quality arboreal tank for. So I'll be doing a really nice, big, live planted, good looking arboreal setup for a big arboreal species of tarantula. So
okay, cool.
As in what sort of size enclosure you're after?
That's what I was gonna say.
I at least want to, like, as a minimum, I want to do a 30 by 45. But I want to do it the way that I do my backgrounds and stuff. So fill it all in with a bit of expanding foam, make it look like the hollow chunk of a tree and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I don't have any spare at that size.
No, I've seen it. I've had a look at. Say again.
12 by 12 by 18.
That's a 30 by 30 by 45.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I'm thinking of the other top. I'm thinking of the 45s by 60s.
Oh, right, no, that'd probably be a little bit too big. But yeah, so
yeah, I've got a spare. There's a spare one sat here.
May have to discuss an arrangement, Tom.
I've actually still got 4 sat around doing nothing.
See, I found a few second hand for sale, but they're going at like a fiver, £7 less than what they actually cost brand new, and it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's not
find
worth
that,
it, is it?
that's a bit cheeky. You can go and buy a completely decked out, like custom built 30 by 30 cube for the same price you could buy one brand new, can't you, James?
Well, yeah, there's that.
Well, that's it.
I'm working on the video.
45
Just saying, dude, I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's pretty good, I think. I'm about halfway, so
Yeah,
we'll
I
be
think
with
this
it.
month is a month with like minimal inverts because I want to try and do some other things this month.
Okay.
Okay.
Whereas normally you get like quite a few unboxing videos, don't you, from me at the beginning of each
Yeah.
month and stuff.
Yeah.
But this month, I think it's having a rearrange. I mean, I need to sort out our tortoise table as well. I need to get some new lights and stuff for it because it's not hitting the temperatures that I need it to.
Okay.
So I need to spend like £100 on that, which is gonna,
Hurt
a little bit. But you know, that's the problem with it. I want to change the UVB in it just as personal preference because I want to change I want to change it to the same one as this one. One of these.
Yeah, the Pro
yeah.
5 kits.
Pro kit. Yeah, because obviously where you can link them all together as well, can't you? You can link 10 of them together.
Yeah.
So if I eventually then move him or move something next to him, then I can just link the lights together.
Yeah.
It's just thinking of future rather than now.
Yeah.
But then I also need to get him a 150-watt bulb as well because it's not quite warm enough in there for him. Yeah, that's the problems with having open top tables, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that have built like custom glass tops for them for that reason. They've been having real problems like maintaining the temperature in there, especially for some of the higher heat requiring species. So a lot of people have built custom glass tops for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more just to keep the airflow good for them. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
That's why they recommend tables.
Open top, yeah.
Same as obviously chameleons. They recommend obviously repti-breezers rather than actual enclosures because they like the airflow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to get them 150-watt bulb and just put it on a stat and obviously just let it go at what it is then.
Yeah. You have to keep us
definitely informed.
Yeah. But I don't know. Have you seen the pictures of the Viv table thing that I built for him?
Oh no, I don't think I have.
Well, I built my own sort of thing for him because obviously we couldn't get out to go and get anything. It's obviously only a temporary thing at the minute because I know that they want something a lot bigger, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the minute he's in sort of like almost a 4 foot long by almost 3 foot wide ply, marine ply, if you wish.
Okay.
Tank that I built myself. It was originally that I built it as a complete Viv, and I was going to put a glass front on it, but then obviously found out that they're better off on tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took the top off of it, and it's now just an open top.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times in the past now. where you kind of get something and you want to get a new something for it, and it's not quite right, and you've got, you need to put it into something a bit better, so you like, sod it, I'll just build something out of what I've got laying about.
But that's it. I had a full sheet just still sat here doing nothing because I basically built a unit in the front room that it sits on quite a while ago now, that I was going to have dart frogs on, but now I've ended up building this and he's sat out on it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things that, you kind of look at it and go, well, it's okay for what you want it to do, but it's not quite what you want.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, I've been asking a lot of questions about my snake tank as well, haven't I?
Yeah.
And I've been asking across the board with a lot of people as well. I've put a few posts up in groups and stuff as well to try and get some ideas.
Yeah. Have you sort of combined a lot of those thoughts now and come up with a plan of action?
I think I've, got a few things in mind for it, yeah. And I did actually see someone that had built their own wooden hide to go in it.
Yeah.
So I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing something like that as well.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, really good.
I don't think I'm going to put a good background in it as of such, because I don't know. For me, it's going to sit right up onto the top of the racking, so I won't generally see the background in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of thoughts and a lot of things roaming around at the minute, or floating about, should I say, that I'm toying with.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a big Viv in the corner that I built that I've kind of sort of whacked a temporary backing on it, just painted a backing on it. And I really wouldn't mind doing something a little bit better with that. Doing like a little bit of sort of design work on the inside of it, maybe building some tree roots and stuff like that, sort of coming down, making it look like the hollow underneath an old dead tree or something.
It looks really good now, though.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad effort for a sort of like need to knock it up and let's just use wood I've got laying around, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice shape as well, and it fits perfectly where it is.
Yeah, I still like my idea of expanding on the top of that as well.
100%, like that. Yeah,
floor to ceiling.
100%.
Put a whole tree in it.
That's goals.
Yeah, I think Sarah wants to shift it on and just stick with the plan to build something in along that wall. So don't know what we're doing with that yet. Hi, Tyler.
Hello.
So, but we shall see.
My background making skills are very limited, should we say. More so for the fact that I've never really attempted anything more than it's that I don't know what I'm doing, should we say. I've watched videos and sometimes it sort of like still baffles me, and it's like I don't know if I know that methods have been tried and tested, but sometimes I look at it and go, I don't know if I feel comfortable with it or not.
In what way?
Yeah, that's what I'm a bit like.
I don't know. I mean, I know, say like using cement, say, to cover a background and then you seal it.
Yeah.
I suppose as long as you're using a good sealer to seal it,
yeah,
then you're fine. But obviously, I still don't know whether or not I like the idea or not. or if I can get my
Mm.
head around it.
Well, is that just in terms of what leaches back out of the cement and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah. I get that.
obviously, like I know that obviously, like cement isn't just the one and only way of doing it. Obviously, there's like grout, and you can use silicone, or you can,
Yeah.
you know, I know there's obviously all different variations of doing things,
Yeah.
but I just don't know. You know, I did attempt it one time, as I say, with silicone, and it did go kind of a bit wrong. And I admit at the time as well, I did use cheap silicone, so
Yeah.
it did mold like it shouldn't do
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I know I've also heard of other people using just cheap silicone from anywhere, like pound silicone,
Yeah.
and they've had no problems whatsoever.
Yeah. So
Whereas for me, I don't know if I feel safe with using anything other than like an aquarium safe silicone, like CH1 or something like that, or whatever it is.
Yeah, so my first background build I did for any kind of Viv or anything else was actually if you have a look at the feeding video from when James popped down to see us, you got those bright green snakes that we fed.
Yeah.
It's the second one that I feed, the one where it shows it sort of like eating it in slow motion or like speeded up halfway through as it eats the whole thing. The background in that was the first background like Viv build that I ever done. And I used just plain bog standard expanding foam and then bog standard silicone to seal that. And all I did with the silicone was you mix it with white spirit because it thins it down so you can paint it on. The white spirit evaporates off and the sealant dries. Once the sealant's dry, it's absolutely fine. But while it's still wet, coat the whole thing in like coconut fiber. And it sticks to the wet silicone, and then it creates like an actual textured decor that's completely sealed and watertight. So nothing that's behind it can leak through when you spray everything down, and everything else is sort of covered in. There's no harmful chemicals in the silicone, and the only thing that comes out of silicone when it's curing, going through its curing process, is aerosolized acetic acid. The fumes that come off, it's just basically vinegar. I don't know if you've ever noticed that with the smell of silicone as it's curing, it smells very vinegary, and that's all it is. It's the only byproduct off of that. There's nothing else in it once it's dry that can cause any issues in terms of like toxins and stuff like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an aquarium like safe one, but the aquarium safe ones are designed so that you can use them in the water and they don't give off anything negative while they're curing. After the curing process, they're all pretty safe, to be fair. I've never had any dramas with it. In terms of the cement, I kind of get where you're going with that, and the downside to using cement is that you have to have a really good quality like acrylic pond sealer or something like that to seal it in properly, and obviously that's fine because they use it to line like ponds and stuff. Make a pond out of cement, and then you paint your sealer over the top and leave it to cure, and then that creates basically a plasticized barrier, which is fantastic stuff. So yeah, but the problem with that is it's really expensive. If you're doing a large enclosure and you've got a lot of concrete or a lot of cement that you need to cover, it's incredibly expensive. One of the easiest, cheapest ways to do it so that no toxins or anything else can cause any dramas is instead of using cement, you can use tile grout, and tile grout's anti-mold as well. There's nothing in tile grout that will cause any dramas. But also you can make your own render, which is basically just a mix of plain bog standard plaster of Paris and fine silicon play sand. Obviously, plaster of Paris is a very natural substance anyway, and it's water soluble. But you mix it with a bit of sand, it gives it a little bit more consistency. It allows it to stick on better and fill gaps. And then you seal it with PVA. And once PVA is sealed, that's again like a plasticized coating. That's a good way around it.
You've got to give your mum a ring tomorrow.
Okay.
If you read that.
But yeah, I see. Sorry, I was off on a tangent then.
I didn't want to butt in
Yeah, but
because
that's
I
what I
was
did.
I was learning this.
But that's what I did with my first build. Is I used silicon, as I said, and then obviously stuck cocoa fiber to it. But I also made the fatal mistake of using slightly damp cocoa fiber. So then by
Right.
the time everything then cured and you tip the tank up, majority of it just fell off because none of it
Yeah.
actually stuck to it. Whereas you've
I
got to
don't-
use,
Yeah.
obviously,
Bone dry.
dry as well as it can be, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Sand is a good one as well, actually. Good evening, Greg.
Evening. It's only just come up for me and James sees it for us.
Yeah. Sand's quite a good one to use as backing if you put something over the wet silicon. And obviously you can get sand in every different colour. So you can get grey sand to have a natural rock look, brown sand if you want an earthy look, or if you really want to go all out, they do bright pink sand for fish tanks as well.
Yeah, so obviously, with the mold issue and the cocoa fiber falling off of it, I sort of and that I made a huge mistake with it as well. I put a waterfall into a little water feature,
Yeah.
and I must not have siliconed it up properly when I cut the bits of silicon out to then sit the perspex into the back of the tank.
Right.
And every time you're filling it up, we didn't realise, but I was wondering why it was disappearing within like 24 hours. It was leaking out the back of the tank.
Oh God. You don't want that, do you?
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, it wasn't even like it was a little tank or anything. It was a big corner fish tank. So I went full and all out and everything, and ended up making some huge mistakes with it. So from that point onwards, I've never really attempted to do my own background.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them things, really. It's not something that everyone's like great at the first time they ever do it. And like looking back on the first one that I did, as much as it kind of turned out okay in a functional way, I don't like the look of it anymore. If I could redo it or do it in a different way, I'd do it differently now. But having a bit of practice and having an opportunity to do it a few times is the only thing that really makes you get better at it.
Yeah.
That and watching hours and hours and hours of videos on YouTube of how to do them. There is
But
tons of
that's the
stuff
thing,
out there.
like, yeah, I mean, I like, as we've spoke about before, Serpa Designs is, he's just someone that I've watched so many hours of his. And even still, some of the stuff that he does, I know that he shows you every step, but
Yeah,
it's like I still don't. I could never even start thinking about doing some of the stuff.
yeah,
Even though you could literally sit there with and try and do it there while it's on the TV. If I do something again, I think I'm gonna. I mean, I have started to do one, but it's not on the whole grand scheme things of something huge.
yeah.
And I've done it this time with polystyrene sheets,
Okay.
and then I'm going to do it that way round, attempt something like that. And well, if it doesn't work, then I can just throw it out because it's no real loss.
Yeah. It all takes time as well, doesn't it, you know?
Yeah, I think your camera's frozen at my end, James.
I was going to say, yeah.
It looks like you're asleep. Oh, there we go.
Is that better?
That's much better. It's like it froze like right in the middle of a blink or something, because just for ages you were just there with your eyes closed. Well, we've lost him. He's gone. Good effort. So Tyler's just said she made a basking platform for a tray. There we go. I can't do that. I mean, it's really nice.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I don't have that sort of luck as well, that if I built something, that it would stand the test of time. I feel like even if I start building backgrounds and stuff, it's going to take a few attempts or a little while even before I can find a way that I like doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether or not I've got the patience in me to then sit there and go through background after background to then find it would look nice. I wouldn't, in enclosures, but then also I don't know if I'd like to put it in trench enclosures, because we all know what they can do to them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and it wouldn't actually take much for them to start tearing through some of that like purpose-built backing and things like that, would it?
No,
not really.
I mean, I had a big female king baboon once that ripped all the wire mesh off the back of a custom Aquaria slidey front Viv. It was set as a deep one because it was designed for putting like half land, half water. So I got it nice and deep, and it was like one that burrows, but it had that strip of steel mesh at the back of it. And she climbed up and stuck her fangs in there and ripped through the mesh. If they can rip through metal mesh, yeah, going for a bit of silicon's not going to be a problem, is it?
Not really. I mean, I've seen videos of it as well where people's tarantulas have ripped apart backgrounds, and next minute you got styrofoam or bits of foam all across the tank, and it's like, in some ways I think I'd much rather just stick something on the back of it.
Yeah, go back to the old school way of doing fish tanks, a nice printed scenic background.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah, used to buy it by the meter from your local aquarium shop.
I think I've still got one lying around it somewhere.
Yeah, once upon a time, all of my enclosures had that on. I won't lie.
Yeah, I mean, if I attempt things like that, it's going to be stuff for like my crested geckos or my frogs, or stuff that I know is not going to be too worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've still got to worry about, say, like the isopods eating into it though, but
yeah, I think
they're quite renowned for eating into backgrounds as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially with the styrofoam backgrounds, the Exoterra standard ones, I think the reason they start chewing into them is because there are natural hollows in it, and that's where sort of like bits of decaying material get stuck, and that's why the isopods end up chewing their way into it. You get something that's silicon sealed, they probably wouldn't chew through it quite so quickly, or be as inclined to try and chew through it, I guess. But yeah, you can have tons and tons of fun just having a practice at doing different sorts of stuff, and yeah, it's definitely worth.
I think for me, it's the whole idea of liking the idea that I could put plant pots and stuff like that into the actual background and sides of the Viv and stuff.
Yeah, hang on, is that my Nige?
It's a Nige.
It's a Nige.
By my Nige, I mean my brother. So Tyler's other half. Tyler's my sister-in-law. Nige is my brother.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hey, bro.
Oi.
Well, that
Ooh.
couple sucks in a way, Greg.
Yeah. No, I've been there. It's usually with me though. It's MOTs on cars and stuff. You guarantee that, you know, the month that you go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to buy myself a present this month, and that's the month you have to have an MOT, and that's the month the garage turns around and says, yeah, you got to have new brakes, new exhaust, new this, new that.
4 new tyres.
Yeah. So I said no
New
spiders
car.
this month then. Yeah. Ooh, that stings.
That's quite steep.
That's basically an MOT, 4 new tyres.
$190. That is a lot of money.
Yeah. So popped out to Tesco's earlier on. Tesco's is really he's done it again. Look at it. That is the reason why my brother has come on tonight. Because
What?
he just likes he's sitting and watching you munching away on your sweets every week.
Seriously. We've got flat strawberries today, which are, oh my god.
Tangy by the looks of it.
We're only having one of them. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I did a quick trip to Tesco's early on to grab a few bits and pieces, and they're really confused. They've got Halloween stuff still up in there at the moment, but they've just rolled out all their Christmas stuff as well. It's like, it's still October. Why? It's not Christmas yet.
Halloween hasn't even been and gone yet.
Next week it'd be Easter eggs, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But see how they get the Christmas stuff out before Easter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what have you guys got planned for this week? Doing anything for Halloween? Any plans?
Work.
No, not going out trick or treating then?
I was thinking about it, but imagine that. No.
I suppose you could walk around every door in the house, just pretending.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are going to stick to like government recommended social distancing guidelines for Halloween. I still reckon we end up with a shed load of kids at the door. I guarantee it.
More than likely.
Are they allowed to do it or not?
Well, I don't think they've officially said that it's illegal. I think they've just advised people not to.
As long as you're in only groups of 6.
Angel's just said, as long as you're in groups of 6, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's
There's
actually
always a way around it.
Yeah,
Therefore,
no, it's
them
actually
coming
on,
to your
if you
door,
Google it,
it's making you
then
seven.
it's fine.
Yeah. Ooh.
Trick or treating. Oh,
See, I like that. Tyler just said Halloween movies and munchies. That's about it. That's a perfect Halloween.
that's, yeah, you don't need nothing else. That makes sense, Greg. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of screwed if you're in Wales. Or on the other hand, if you're one of these people that just get tons and tons of like kids turn up at your door, be a nice quiet evening for a change.
We get like a few kids from the street, but they just keep going round, and it's like, look, I've seen you 5 times now. Can you like?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a bit annoying. Just have the bag and just go. Every time the door goes, the dog goes, and it's like, oh.
So luckily
No,
enough, I'm glad. Go on, Tom.
Generally, we don't really get any trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, fair one, bro. Yeah, no, we usually get quite a few, obviously, being the sort of area that we live in and being like a military estate and stuff. We get a lot of the local kids, but they're quite polite. They're not usually a pain in the backside, and they're usually quite good at just coming around the once as well. They don't circle round and round and round and round and round like a lot of them seem to do.
So they salute as they leave, like, or that'd be brilliant if they did, wouldn't it?
But yeah, no, we've
Where
always
did the salute come from, Wayne?
Do you know what? I don't know. That's a good question. You think
right,
I'd know that, wouldn't you?
Well, being in that, yeah, I thought you would have.
Yeah.
Surely that's like the first thing you learn, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I could hazard a guess, but no, I don't know the official answer. I'll tell you what, I will find out and I will have an answer for you next live stream.
I'm guessing it would be like
on your live stream.
Right, mate. Hello.
I mean, salute's referred to as paying compliments, so I guess it's recognized. It's always paying compliments to rank as well. So it's commissioned officers mostly that get saluted.
Okay.
Within the British Army, I'm not sure. Like other forces around the world do different things in terms of whether they salute commissioned officers, non-commissioned officers, and stuff like that. Commissioned officers are the ones that used to, like way back in the day, the ones that used to pay for their commission and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And I would imagine it will sort of go back to something about paying respects to people of a higher rank from a distance and stuff like that. That's one of the first recognised military salutes was a Roman soldier's military salute, actually. So that one I do know. I don't know what the purpose of it, like where it all came from for us, but the Roman soldier's salute was a bit different as well. So Romans used to salute with a sword and shield. So
you know that those two sticks that you got in front of you there, up on the wall.
Yes.
Would people actually like hit people with those?
Once upon a time, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would hurt like a.
Yeah.
It looks like the end of the snooker cue, like.
So they're drill. I'll just get one down for you now. They are drill canes.
Imagine getting whacked by this.
So basically, it's got a metal capped end.
But it's like that, mate.
Just over 36 inches long, and it's got a metal shod on the bottom of it as well, so you don't rough up all the wood. It's made out of this one's made out of rosewood, so it's a very, very hard, very, very solid wood that's really good for making pool cues and stuff like that, actually. So, yeah, with that,
swagger stick, that is brilliant.
Yeah, so there's two versions. You've got this version, which is the 36-inch long drill cane, and then you've got a slightly shorter version that officers and sergeant majors would carry, which is actually called a swagger stick. But the drill cane was designed. The drill cane was designed for use on drill, for sort of redirecting people's position on a drill square and stuff like that. So it was very, very common for the drill sergeant or whoever was in charge of a parade to wander along with their drill cane. And if people had like feet sticking out where they weren't supposed to be sticking out, arms sticking out where they weren't supposed to be sticking out, to get a whack off the drill cane to correct their position.
Isn't that the same thing as pimps use?
Get back in line. Yes, so somewhat similar principle, I suppose. But yeah, so
Hello, Chancellor Ark.
good evening.
Hello, Angel. We have received them.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
There you go. There's
Oh,
another
they
sticker
are
I don't have.
so cool.
I don't have that. I need that. I have to have that in my life.
Yeah, I need. Wow. Okay, that's.
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
need one. It needs to go with the other.
hello.
Do you know what? I don't even know how many there is. I should count them one day.
Yeah.
my little collection. My little collection is sat just there.
My problem is I've now run out of drawing pins to put them all up.
So now you're gonna have to start sticking them on things.
Nah.
Like your
Or
face.
actually, what Greg's done with a lot of his, that's an absolutely fantastic idea. Stuck them on a plain like A4 sheet and laminated them so you can put the whole sheets up. That's epic. That's a fantastic idea. We should have thought of doing that before I'd done that.
Really good idea.
That's what I've pretty much done with all of that.
There you go.
Oh my word, there's like a whole wall of them.
But yeah, that was made out of a sheet of polystyrene with some little bits of wood on the back, covered over in an old curtain, and then hung on the wall. And now I just pin all my stickers to it.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Because basically all this, my polystyrene is basically all my wall insulation that I put all in here.
Yeah. That's the same stuff I've got up in the snake room at the moment.
You know, I think it cost me like £8 for a sheet or something like that for an 8x4 sheet. So it was like I had a couple of extras just lying around.
Yeah.
Because obviously for me, I like the fact of then that I can move them or I can then put someone else's somewhere and stuff. I just had a bit of like an OCD moment with it, if you wish, in that if I stuck them somewhere, then I'd regret later on sticking them.
Yeah. So I've kind of done it with everyone always sends them through in pairs, don't they? Or most people send them through in pairs. Normally get 2 at a time. So I've put one on the board, and I've kept the twin that goes with it in a separate envelope, so I can keep them all safe.
Do you know what I do with the other ones?
Yeah. What do you?
I'll show you.
Quite a stack of stickers.
That's all the spares and stuff.
So I got one set on my racking, and the other set is on this 20p sweep machine. They go all around the top.
That's awesome. That's brilliant.
It's I don't know why I've got one. I wanted one and I found it. Not stole it. I bought it, but
you mean you acquired it?
acquired.
No, I did actually buy it, but it's for a one-day man cave, I think. I might get some animals out. Should we get some animals out?
Yeah, can do. So Angel was not up for coming and sitting on camera for a bit then, no?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Sarah's like really looking forward to a ladies of the lads night in kind of thing.
It would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, here's the first one.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a female. I don't know if
Lovely
the light's doing
markings
it
on that. Yeah,
much
some lovely markings on that.
justice, but she is absolutely beautiful. Rather small, but she's still a baby.
Lesser, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, there we go.
James on the big screen.
All right, let me get another one.
You know, you got to make these. You know, if he's presenting snakes, then
Yep. Hey.
That's a corn.
Right.
One
The
of
colours
two.
on that.
Underneath as well is, you can't really see, but
yeah, very orangey.
Yeah.
But the top's almost looks, I don't know what it's like at your end, but on the camera it looks almost like a caramelly colour.
Yeah, we were told it's a caramel pinstripe, but
yeah,
it's got these two lines going down its back. I can't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, Tyler's big on her corn snakes and stuff. She really likes her corn snakes.
This one is, this one's just beautiful. It really is. I don't know if that was real, but
and Rocky, yeah, I would stick them all on the table, but eventually, when this table has to move out of this room, I'm going to have to take it apart to get it out because it won't fit through any doors.
this one is absolutely tiny, as you can see.
Oh, look at that little noodle.
Not much to it. That's an albino checker garter snake.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty chilled
yeah,
out today.
Right. Yeah.
Garter snakes can be quite
Fast.
Yeah. Vanishy. Like those Japanese rats that I've got.
Oh, they are quick.
Maybe he's still got it all to come. It's just building up in anticipation for it.
See, I was amazed with garter snakes. So looking at garter snakes, I always thought that they were really, really tiny. But when garter snakes are fully grown, they're a lot bigger than I expected them to be. Actually,
who else have we got? How about this one? This one doesn't like me.
James doesn't even have to do a room tour. Look, he's doing it already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at the size of that. That's a
I
chunk.
was
That
going to
is.
say.
It's beast, isn't it?
Is that a boy or a girl, James?
That is a girl.
She could make some absolutely beautiful babies.
Yeah. There's not very many like black dots on it.
That's
Normally
good.
there's a few, but this one doesn't like me very much.
Well, Stefan wants
Yeah,
to
with
get a
the-
hog nose.
Yeah, with the
I
banana
don't like
gene,
them.
if you put anything from the Bell complex, so anything Mojave, Lesser, Butter, that pretty much cancels out the black spots. So if you want to get a banana that doesn't have the black spots, that has just as stunning coloration, then you want to put something like a Mojave or a Lesser or a Butter to it, and produce like Butter Lessers, Butter Mojave, banana Lessers, banana Mojaves, banana Butters, and
Yeah.
they will produce bananas but with no spots. They'll be a little bit more purple and a little bit more of a sort of faded colour to them.
Mm.
But yeah,
That one
absolutely.
we've had since a hatchery, and it was tiny,
Wow.
but pretty big now.
Yeah, I love banana. It's one of my favourite morphs. You can do so much with it. Such a beautiful species, like such a beautiful morph for Royal Python.
The champagne, which I was on
Yeah.
about to you, is bigger than that.
Yeah.
I use as well, yeah. But when I'd done the enclosure earlier, I looked if there was anything left, but there wasn't. So I don't know what that was, but
Weird.
yeah. But she's big. Like,
You want to get her on the scales and see what she weighs.
yeah. I'm gonna try and get round to that Friday, I think.
Right, Greg, I'm exactly the same when it comes to most morphs with snakes. Oh, yeah. But then again, it's not like when I first started looking into tarantulas, I suppose. Exactly the same thing. Trying to remember genus names is like.
Yeah. Oh, evening, Rob.
Evening, Rob.
We'll go out.
Wow. Yeah, that is a very, very good deal. Incredibly good deal. Such a beautiful snake as well.
Paradox, yeah.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
Yeah, agreed. Especially when you've got like 50 different red legs. So like pretty much everything in the Brachypelma genus is a red leg of some sort. True
Or
red
fire
leg.
leg.
Yeah, fire
Red
leg.
leg or fire leg.
Giant red leg. It's like the earth tigers as well. The earth tigers completely throw me off. About 50 different types of earth tiger, and they're all based on where they come from. Vietnamese ones and Chinese ones and all sorts. Stick to the binomial names.
It seems easier, really. I know,
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to take in, but it is. I don't know. I found it a lot easier over like the last year.
Apart from when
Yeah.
it like, I think it's easier if you just say OBT or GBB instead of saying.
Yeah. So for those two,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But
It's like pokies, isn't it? Everything in the pokey genus is an ornamental. And the amount of people, you go into pet shops, and they've got it advertised as an ornamental tree spider. Yeah, but what one? I don't know.
I've actually seen that. Yeah.
That's it. I think there's like 16, isn't there, or something within the pokey genus?
Yeah. That's shocking. So it's like, okay, yes, but there's lots of different species, and to most people, I suppose it might not matter. But if you're ever thinking of breeding in the future, you kind of need to know.
Must admit, I might be on the lookout soon for a Highland.
Royal Python.
Okay.
Subfusca Highland.
Yeah. I got one. You can't have it. It's mine. Yeah, that's it's my absolute favorite pokey species. I've got one. It's about that big at the minute, and it's the only one of the pokey slings that I got that hasn't molted yet either. So it is really slow growing, this one. So I'm hoping that's a good indicator that it might be a female. Crap indicator that all the other pokies that I got were possibly males though, but except for the P Metallica, I'm about 96% sure that's a female.
Well, now actually seeing my lowland out in its enclosure, I've realised the enclosure that it's in might actually be a little bit too small for it.
Right.
Because obviously it molted once we got it from Portsmouth Tarantulas, and I never actually saw it because it was always curled up in its little, web curtain or dirt curtain, whatever you want to.
Yeah.
And now that I've actually seen it out and about, it's about half the size of the enclosure.
Yeah. I know you're right. Mine is a lowland. Yeah, out of the two, the lowland is actually the one I prefer. It's the one that's got more of the black and gold and purple on it.
Yeah, I do quite like the Highland.
Yeah, the Miranda's pretty cool as well. If you like that slightly purplish sheen around the femurs and the carapace, the Miranda's really, really sweet as well.
My Miranda's about 2 inches at the minute. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hello, Jojo.
I think it's about 6 or 7 different
Evening,
pokies.
Jojo.
Evening, yeah. Jojo.
Well, I always wanted to do the one of every species in the genus for the pokies, but I never ever managed to do it.
I wouldn't mind getting to that stage. And considering Portsmouth Tarantulas at the minute have a female Tigra Waselli.
Oh.
It's tempting.
So saying about not spending any money on spiders next month, that might all change. That might all change.
The thing is, though, I looked at that when I went and when we got our other ones as well, because obviously where we went and picked it up, he was like, "Oh yeah, these are the females." And I was like, and it's still there as well, so it's. And considering they're doing a trick or treat deal at the minute as well.
Yeah, what's that?
With any purchase, they put a trick or a treat in.
Okay.
It can be anything. It can be from like some sweets, or it can be a little sling, or
Oh, that's awesome.
so it's just about everything and anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get some more scorpions as well.
But obviously, it finishes on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not allowed any scorpions.
Scorpions are amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely something actually that I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting. I want to do a couple of Asian forest scorpion setups.
Yeah, we have the
In
one.
fact, not go on, mate.
No, I was just saying, yeah, we only have the one Asian forest. That's all we have. But that come in a mystery box, so
Okay.
it was a bit of a surprise to us.
Yeah, I want to do that enclosure that I was talking about earlier on, that I'm halfway through doing, that I want to finish up. I think that would be an awesome Asian forest scorpion enclosure when it's done.
Yeah, as soon as I mentioned about putting a scorpion in with the Death Fang beetles, it was like, nope.
That's a setup I wouldn't mind doing, actually.
Well, Death Fang beetles.
They're quite a lot for what they are, aren't they, really?
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty cool to look at, though, to be fair.
Yeah, our ones are still roaming around, doing bits and pieces. Normally, they're all huddled up under one piece of cork bark, though.
Yeah.
And I've given them a nice big 2-foot tank, and they all huddle under one piece together. And like I say, with them, I've still got to attempt trying to breed them. If I don't do a scorpion communal setup with them, I want to try and attempt breeding with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've decided I'm gonna get a centipede now. Yay!
So good. I take it off the racking to use it, and then I put it back on there. I might as well, innit? It's both.
Brilliant. You right there?
Yeah. Just wondering when you're going to tell me about getting the centipede.
I told you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you think?
Okay, so but yeah, me thinking about it means that I've decided I'm going to do it.
Quick, Tom, run away.
Just overheard me saying I'm going to get a centipede, and she stood there like, "Oh, really? When are you going to tell me that?"
Well, I just did.
I'm pretty sure I did. I definitely told her I was thinking about getting one, but in my book, that means almost the same thing.
I did tell you when you were asleep. That's not my fault. You were asleep. What I normally say.
Yeah, Tyler, you should definitely get some spiders.
I'll send you one if you want.
Yeah, you won't.
It's
There's our
your
little male.
Cute.
Yeah, our little male one. Hiding away in his hammock. Female's not one molted, actually.
Yeah, see, I always said the same. Greg's just said no centipedes. I always said the same. Oh, look at that. They are cool. Sarah really wants jumping spiders.
That's our male and female pair. So hopefully, once they all grow up and do their bit, then maybe we might attempt some jumping spider breeding.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
see the
necessarily set out to get a centipede, but I'm so glad I got one now. Well, two. They're fascinating to watch when they catch their prey. That's nothing beats it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're sort of, you know, on edge when you lift that lid. But hey ho.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy just watching them.
Do you see the jumping spider jingle bells that I put on the Facebook group the other day?
No.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's quite funny. You have to go have a look at
I'll
that.
look at that in a bit.
If you like your jumping spiders, it's so cute. It's awesome.
Yeah, Angel, that is true. They do only live for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't live for very long at all. They're a bit like praying mantises, really.
Yeah.
And with that note, they, fortunately, it's not. We lost our mantis.
Yeah, you showed us on the live stream last week.
Yeah, didn't I? But that was a bit of a.
Yeah, that's sad.
But yeah, as I say, for how old she was. She did really well. Really, really well.
Yeah, Sarah kept a few species of mantis a few years back. But yeah, again, like really disappointing with them. Some of them don't even live a year.
No, my first one, that was a ghost. That was about 7-8 months.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
So
it's really heartbreaking, though, isn't it? You know, you're like,
yeah.
Oh no.
That mantis that I was talking about the other week, the Devil's Flower mantis, the one you went and had a look at the picture of. It's amazing that. I've not seen one of those for sale for ages. I walked into Portons, which is our local garden centre, and in their reptile and invert section in there, they've actually got one in there.
Crazy.
Very, 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 very tempting.
What sort of price did they go for?
So this one's going for about $24.99, and that's in a pet shop, so that's not too bad. And it's about sort of that big at the moment, which means it's still got quite a bit of growing to do because they get to quite a good size, those. It's not got its adult colours yet, but it's already got that hood that they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks pretty epic. Like, I really love it. It's my favourite species of mantis, without a doubt.
When you said it, Tom, and I looked, like, they just look badass. They look like they'd kill you.
Yeah.
Have you had a look on Mantis Den or Unseen Universe?
No.
Unseen Universe is great.
It's either of those two might have it. And normally, like an orchid mantis in our local reptile shop or fish shop, whatever you want to class it as, they occasionally do like orchid mantis, say for instance, but they're like what you say is about 20 quid from them ish. Whereas like if you look on their website on either Unseen or Mantis Den, normally they're around the sort of like £7 to £12 mark.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, it's just catching them with what they've got, really.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it's sort of about the availability as well. If it's stuff that doesn't come up very often, when they do come up, they usually tend to be a little bit more expensive.
How quick do versicolors grow?
They're fairly quick growing species.
Yeah, I thought a male was like mature in like a couple of years or something.
About 18 months.
Yeah.
just over, depending on what temperatures you keep them at, how often you feed them.
But then obviously females obviously mature out a little bit later than males.
Yeah, about 2 years. I've given up. I've given up getting Verses as slings now.
A lot of people say that, innit?
Over the years, we have lost so many Verses. However, if you get one from sort of like grown on to juvenile, I've had no dramas with them. It's always as slings.
Would you say
Free
they're
slings.
hard to keep?
I would say if you're going to start with a sling, then I
No.
wouldn't personally.
Yeah.
If you can get hold of a decent sized juvenile, yeah,
Like that.
yeah. If you can get hold of a decent sized juvenile, then absolutely fine. And yes, in that case they're good as starter spiders, but not if you're going to get them as slings. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just had really, really bad luck over the years, and I've tried all different things.
All three of ours have been about a centimetre when we've got them. And
Yeah.
all three of them are still thriving and doing perfect. And
Yeah,
I've got no issues with them whatsoever. All three of them have actually molted. The two older ones have molted 2 or 3 times now.
yeah,
The littler one there that I've just shown you, that one's molted once. So all three are doing great. I've got no problems with them whatsoever.
yeah, yeah,
And that's the thing. Like, I actually treat the slings as if people would with adults.
yeah,
I've put them in a slightly bigger, rather than putting them in a sling pot when they were tiny. I put them straight into one of those sweet jars, and I've basically kept one side of the enclosure slightly damp, rather than keeping it all damp, and keeping a water dish for them.
yeah,
I know that it's slightly harder for them to find their food, but then if you just drop in an extra couple of flies for them, then you've got no problem.
yeah,
So yeah, I've kept them on the drier side, but just with one side slightly moist, so they've got somewhere to drink from. I've also put a little bit of stagnant moss in there that I spray down. And other than that, I like I say, just keep the rest of it dry.
yeah. I don't know if it's because like for years and years and years with Versi slings, people have been like, you've got to be really careful with them. They're so sort of like, you know, I've always ended up paying more attention to them than I do with other slings, if you know what I mean. Because they're the ones that you got. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe we're doing too much now.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I treat mine just as any other sling I've got. Everything gets the same care. Everything gets watered like on a weekly basis. And everything gets fed. So I don't pay any more attention or any less attention to anything. And I was exactly the same as when I actually looked into getting Versi slings. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're so hard. They're this and that," and it was like, "Do I take that risk?" And I got one. Next minute, the second one was there, and then the third one. So, and every last one of them is doing great.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have another bash.
Is there anything you wouldn't keep, Tom, tarantula wise?
There's things that I wouldn't keep at the minute, as like not that I wouldn't keep, but probably wouldn't go and buy an adult of. I'd prefer to go and get a sling so that I can then grow with it. say like
Yeah.
Stromatopelma calciatum. Yeah, like something along those lines, like, or even just a grown-on sling. I wouldn't mind so much, but I don't think I could go and get an adult.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to like dive straight in with something like that as an adult form. I'm happy enough with slings or like grown-on slings to almost juvie stage, but I don't think I'm quite up to something of that speed. I mean, there's, you know, I've got plenty of pokies and stuff, but nothing's sort of like put me out of my place so far.
Yeah.
Apart from
How
when
about you,
obviously I got the shape of those two, you know, the Gigas and the Von Worthy, because they just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Even with them though, is they're much more sort of stand their ground defensive than they are bolty anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get a lot of OBTs when they're small juveniles will bolt and they're fast. But OBTs when they're adults and you try and move them, they don't move. All they do is attack everything you go near them with.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you look at something like Stromatopelma calciatum, they are a bit of both as adults or juveniles adults. Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
No.
So they will bolt, but they will also turn and fight as well. And they are fast. However, you know, mine's a sweetheart, so.
But then that was the same as me with my OBT that I got from the Jaden's subscriber giveaway. You know, he was going, "Oh, this is, you know, she's terrible and this and that and everything," and she just like strolled out the pot for me and just casually walked on in, and it was like, "Oh, off you go then." And afterwards, he was like, "How did you do that?" I was like, "What?" It was like, well, she just wandered in as if it was like, "Oh yeah, great." I was like, I don't know. He said we were chasing her around the table for like best part of an hour.
I'm sure they're like dogs; they can smell fear.
I don't know, but then that was deliberately why I gave her like a sort of like a boreal setup as well, was just so that it gave me that time and just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. Just said there, Chilobrachys are pretty evil. They're a bit like that as well. But these are all my favourite genuses. This is like the more crazy defensive they are, the more I seem to like them, the more personality they have.
Where'd they come from? She's just sort of like, oh,
They're from the pound shop.
They are.
That's cool.
oh.
There's 3 of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no. Yeah, they're really good for enclosures.
Yeah, so those would look amazing in like 3 matching little enclosures for something, all 3 next to each other as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there was only the 2 in ours.
Ah.
Oh, what? What one are you missing?
Right, those are the 2 that.
Hear no evil, speak no. So you need.
So see
right,
no evil's missing.
Let me have a look for you, Tom.
We got this one missing. See, this is a problem not having anything like that local to here. You don't really get a chance to go and browse and have a look for awesome stuff like that. I miss out on so much great stuff.
You know, I suppose now it's for me. It's like hashtag skull gang, is it? You know, go with everyone else. I can hear him. He's running.
I don't know where it is. I thought I did, but I don't. It's somewhere in here. Feel free to have a rummage. Where could it be?
I was going to say, you done that last time or something, wasn't it? You run downstairs and lo and behold, it was right next to you.
Yeah. I had to do it earlier with a bottle opener, didn't I? Ooh.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was that bottle of chili sauce last week.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, it's just right there. I didn't bring it down, did I?
No, that's why Angel's not got a coaster yet.
Don't blame me for that.
I was waiting to send it all off together, wasn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Angel's coaster, Tom's hot sauce.
The disappointment. And I should have seen her
Got a
face
Harley
then.
there.
I will definitely get it out this week. I promise. Hand on heart, Angel. I promise I will get it out this week.
She said, "Don't get it out on live stream, please."
Oh, that's cool.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
I think they look better when they're painted.
Well, I was just gonna say I'd want to paint that one up to look like Harley Quinn.
Like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
So when
That's
you're sealing it, to put it in an enclosure.
Probably put this one in. Not well, I don't know. That's stone. That's like really heavy. So I might use this one instead. I don't know yet. Or I might use this one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Greg. I'll see you later.
Good night, Greg. Thanks for stopping by, dude.
Have a good rest of the
Okay.
evening.
Yeah. Tyler just said put that in a heavy Weber enclosure. You imagine that in a GBB enclosure, that would look amazing.
Just 6 months down the line, you'd never see it.
No, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the only downside, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
but the thing is, like, it's decided that you can just about see it there. That's its little entrance.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
it. Other than that, it's just webbed all around there and left everything else. And that's a GBB in there.
That's probably by far my favourite tea, GBB.
Oh. Well, we have 4 of them, 5 of them now.
Nice. I want to get a few more. Nobody
But I
beats
don't know.
Tom's collection for mugs.
Yeah. Jojo says she needs to buy mugs for her collection. I wonder if Jojo's collection's anything like yours. Look
The
at that.
shelf
That's
is
just
even-
nuts.
The shelf's even bowing where there's so many on there.
You had to come round and check then.
Yeah.
I will have
Yeah.
mugs. I found a supplier to do my mugs. I will have mugs soon.
No. But I'm still doing a video for this, but I'll give a little bit of a, because you remember I mentioned about obviously winning Jack's giveaway.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
So then-
sweet, man.
Oh, mega.
Yeah, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's so.
So yeah, we received them. So there's another one to go up. It is. And there is one more on the way. And I think I got 2 more then after that.
Don't do it by half, do you, mate?
No.
He's got like
yeah,
maybe
there's
3
like
grams worth of mug.
so yeah, there's like another 4 mugs I think to add up there.
Rocky Mountain's
Just off
off.
the top of my head. Oh, I'll see you
Take
later,
care, Rocky
James.
Mountain. See you later,
Danielle.
guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, the mug collection is forever growing, just like the sticker collection and the other ever collection that we have
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah, I've still got a few more stickers to get. There's a few more floating around out there that I need to get. But I got the important ones. So yeah, we got
That was the thing, like
bit of Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks, bit of That Pet Page. We got some Angel and Tom's Arachnids. There's a bit of JoJo on there as well.
yeah, Rocky stickers are still in my box there at the minute because, like I say, I haven't got any pins to put it up.
Yeah,
I didn't have Rocky.
Unfortunately.
I was really
But-
I was really torn with Rockies when they sent them through for me because they sent me through 2 stickers, but both stickers are different. So it wasn't like I could put one up and save one like I do with the rest. I had to put both up. It's like, you foiled my plans.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, obviously, when you watch some of our videos, it's like every video, one after another, there's stickers because we've done exactly the same thing with the mugs. Really, is we went all out and just everyone's all of a sudden appeared all at once. I walk home and she's like handing me like 4 envelopes or 5 envelopes, and it's like, oh, these have turned up today. It's like, oh.
Yes.
I'll put them to one side. I'll add them to the other 10 that are already down there. But
I get so excited when I get like a new sticker or something. I don't. It's sad, but. Anonymous Tees, hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
That is Josh, isn't it? Oh.
Oh, thanks, dude. That's all right. It's not a drama. Did mine turn up okay? I've had a few sets not turn up recently. If I've sent anyone stickers and they haven't got them yet, just let me know. Because, yeah, for some reason, there's been a couple of occasions where I've sent them out now and people are still telling me they haven't received them.
Mine haven't turned out, Wayne. Just
Definitely got yours.
no.
Can have some more if you want, dude.
No. No, they
I
haven't
just
turned
love
up. No.
stickers.
If they've not turned up yet, just let me know.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Tyler's just asked about how you guys came up with the artwork for your logos.
Well, one, I've got two. One was drawn. Drawn, is that a word? Drawed?
Drawn, yeah.
Drawn, yeah. Drew.
Drew.
One was that, and the other I literally made in about 2 minutes.
And our one was designed by a tattoo artist, which is a good friend of Angel's.
Awesome.
Basically gave her a picture of a spider and said, do something with that.
I did mine using about 4 different mobile phone apps. The background, the stone circle, I drew that, so that's freehand. I drew that down and then took a photograph of it and converted it to a JPEG. And then everything else was just sort of layered over the top. And then I used a circle writing program to do the writing. But yes. So yeah, I found the supplier I'm going to go to get my mugs done. So I'm going to get a slack handful of mugs produced over the next couple of weeks.
Well, you know where one can come.
Yes, Tom. I've already got your name down for one.
I like it how he had to get in there first before anyone else. Like,
I know, right? Not one each. Yeah. So yeah, just one though, not one each.
The thing is though, like I'm going to eventually have to clear the rest of the shelf. Be able to put them up there.
Yeah. How have I not sent a set of my stickers to my brother and his missus yet? I'll get some in the post for you guys. I suppose I'll have to send them a mug as well. Six. 6, Tom.
Yeah, but they're not all the same. They are different mugs from Josh.
Just
Awesome.
when you think you've heard it all in it, and then
this obsession with mugs is potentially going a little bit too far. Oh, mugs! I'll take 6, please.
As I say, soon I'll have just as many mugs as what I will tarantulas in the collection.
Yeah.
that is very true. What Tarantula Art just put out, everyone's an adult, but yet stickers are just amazing. Everybody needs a sticker, especially a shiny one. Ooh.
Yeah, shiny ones are awesome. Not got any shiny ones yet.
No, I might look into that actually. No,
all of mine go elsewhere. I don't seem to have any shiny stickers. all of mine just like disappear onto the other sticker wall.
Yeah, no shiny ones in the collection yet. So if anyone wants to send any shiny ones.
Just like, yes, Angel, we did actually, or I did actually get a shiny one, just I didn't get it.
Yay, I'll have some shiny stickers. Jojo. Angel, yeah.
Oh, James is in that trance again, look.
Yeah. At least he didn't catch him mid-blink this time.
Hold on.
I know. Hang on a minute. I was replying to him. Oh,
He's back.
Yes, Jojo. I definitely need the Jojo shiny.
I know, it'll stand out right there behind you, won't it?
Yeah.
So have you actually put your sticker on anything yet, Wayne? Other than
they're everywhere around his house. Just
mine.
No. In fact, I sent one thing out with a sticker on, and that was when I did the Secret Saviour gift swap. So I sealed the box that went off with one of my stickers. Other than that, no. My tarantula Stone Circle branded hot sauce is the only thing that's got my sticker on at the moment. And my fridge has one of my coaster / fridge magnets.
What, one of them? Oy.
One of them. Yes.
They're like,
yeah. So out of that little test pack, not including the one that's already in an envelope waiting to come to Tom. Out of that test pack, I've got 4 left.
They're amazing.
Well,
so, yeah, they've been slightly better received than I was expecting them to be when I got them done. So I might get some more made up.
Definitely.
But no, I've got like the paracord wristbands and necklaces and stuff that I do as well, and nobody's wanted any of them either. Like 1 or 2 lots sent out, and then that was it. It was like, oh, okay, never mind.
That's a good idea. Christmas tree ornaments. Yeah. I like that.
almost like hitting that market that no one else is hitting.
Yeah.
And no new additions here yet, Josh. No.
Only one for me. And that was what James dropped off last weekend.
Which just happened to be absolutely fine for Wayne.
No, not at all, does he?
Oh, cheers, Stefan. Someone's taken pity on me. Yeah. Everything you order from my like paracord stuff all comes with a free set of stickers as well. So
Well, there you go. Well worth it.
So,
No, we do our mugs, but we haven't had any interest in them either. So
no,
no, we haven't really advertised them at all. But yeah, we do. We can offer mugs to people. Yeah.
cool. I'll order one off you. I'll have one.
Yeah, I will as well. He's like, wait, I've only got one.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Damn it.
Yeah, we've actually got two. One's up on the shelf, and the other one she got made for herself.
We'll get some more
Awesome.
made.
Yeah.
But that was it. We were offering people to have their names on them. If you'd like your name being put on it, then you can have your name.
Yeah, that's really nice. That little personal touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just something extra for them, basically. You know, at the end of the day, you're buying a mug from us if you'd like your own name on it. Or, you know, it doesn't even have to be your name as of such. It could be basically just a word or something that you want being put on it.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah, no, I'll definitely have one. Oh, Stefan wants to try the branded hot sauce.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm not saying, you know, we didn't get any made up because I didn't want anyone beating our mug collection, you see. So I didn't want to be sending them out to people.
Oh. There you go. There's another one gone.
Fine, Jojo.
Oh, God.
Instead of love, it should say shiny.
You say that,
Or shiny
Jojo, and
Jojo.
actually Angel's wearing your t-shirt at the minute.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a hoodie made up as well. Just for me.
I've got them. I don't necessarily like them, but
It's raining. Or it's just started raining here.
when keeps fish?
Well, sort of.
You have.
We used to have a tropical fish tank, but then we sort of got rid of it. And yes, we do keep fish, but it's basically just two random little goldfish that we won at a fair that we went to recently.
They're all right though. They're quite pretty.
Yeah, they're not bad looking little goldfish. I need to put them in a better setup. I need to put them in a nicer tank. I mean, they're the boys' goldfish. I only won one, and the woman that was doing the stall at the fair thing that we won them at was just like, "Oh, but you got two kids. You should take an extra one." So it was like, okay, we'll have a free fish.
I would have went. Now I've got 4 of them. The other 2 are at home. Can I have another 2?
I need a breeding pair.
Yeah.
But no, they are pretty cool little goldfish, to be fair. But like I say, they're the boys. Not that they do anything with them apart from look at them. We do everything else. It's the way it is with kids, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a little fish tank in Phoebe's room, in the daughter's room, but it's sort of like, it's a bit neglected, should we say, at the minute. I think it's got a couple of fish swimming around in it. They get fed occasionally. It needs a good clean and stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is, I normally completely forget about it. I like top it up and do water changes and stuff, but
Yeah. When me and Sarah first got together, she had like one of those like big corner units, corner fish tanks, She had some beautiful stuff in that. All different kinds of like tetra and zebrafish and loaches and chichlids and all sorts of stuff.
That's the thing. If I went down the route of getting another fish tank, I'd have to get another marine.
See, I'd love that, but there's so much work. So much work
Yeah.
goes into them.
Oh, I know. My 3'6" tank sort of, to do a clean on it would take me near enough 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of someone just said it there, having like a mixed community tank with like catfish, shrimp and stuff. I do like the little like really colourful lobsters and that sort of stuff, little mini lobsters and shrimp and crabs and that sort of stuff. That interests me more than the actual fish.
Well, originally when I started getting into all my fish tanks and stuff, I didn't know any sort of cares and stuff like that, and I wanted to set up the identical Finding Nemo sort of tank.
Yeah.
But then found out that obviously like half the fish in there can't actually live together because then they'll just fight and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it was like, right, okay. But yeah, I then went down the route of like shrimp and starfish, and I had a couple of lionfish in there. And
Okay.
there was a few other bits and pieces, like a few little dories and Nemos, and
we'd love something
just
like that.
But I think the live rocket in itself like cost best part of 600 quid in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's constant trips down to pet shops as well to get like more like salinated water and all that sort of stuff for them. And
well, you say that, but nowadays you can actually buy RO filters that then you can hook up at home yourself.
Okay.
So you can actually do your own RO water at home, and you can buy the big buckets of salt that then you can make your own salt water as well.
Okay.
But for me, I just found it easier really just to walk down my local shop and just purchase it. I mean, RO water, like I say, nowadays you can basically just buy a pump and a filter and it just converts your water into RO.
Yeah.
It runs it through all obviously UV and blah blah blah. But yeah, they're pretty, complex, and you can fit them yourself quite easily, really. But like the salts, like creating the salt water, I just was never 100% confident that I could get the mixture right between the salt and water. So for me, it just seemed easier and more feasible just to go and get it in 25-litre barrels.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be my concern as well. Because I mean, I've seen it where people have got stuff wrong with fish tanks, and like one small mistake has cost them like everything in the tank. Yeah. So I think that would worry me.
I mean, back when I was going to college through my scaffolding course, basically I bought a scorpion fish. It's sort of a slender or yellowy sort of fish, and it's got like a little horn almost on the top of it.
Okay.
And I think it cost me best part of 50 quid. Put it in the tank. It wasn't feeding too well, and obviously then I had to go away for the week. Within 2 days, it had passed on me. I come back and it was like, oh great.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it can be the same with, say, tropical fish, but it's not quite so delicate in the balance of things.
Yeah.
But then I was quite lucky that where I was living at the time, one of the housemates, his mum and dad owned the fish shop. So
Okay.
whatever I needed or any advice I ever needed, they were basically there at the end of the phone for me.
Okay.
And then his brother or the other son, basically, he come round and helped me set up a load of stuff and was there for whenever I needed for him to come round and have a look at something. So I
Yeah.
basically always had like a maintenance guy, if you wish.
Yeah, that's handy. I mean, my
But yeah, it's
dad used to
definitely
keep,
not a cheap
trop-
hobby.
no, my dad used to keep tropical. He had quite a big tropical fish tank with a lot of stuff in it. So like growing up, I was always used to sitting and watching like fish and stuff. And it's really relaxing actually. If you've got a decent fish tank with a little bit of nice light in it and some plants and stuff, just to sit back and watch. It's really chilling out. Like you really chill out and relax with a fish tank, can't you?
Well, that was the thing that I liked about my marine tank, is that you'd sit there and watch all the corals naturally moving with the sway of the current in there, because you've got your fan going that then generates that current, and you just watch stuff like the anemone, like swaying backwards and forwards with, you know, with this little clownfish swimming through it and stuff, and
Yes.
or a big blue starfish literally sat on the front face of a glass, like looking at you.
Yeah,
But
it's
the
almost
thing was,
hypnotic, isn't
yeah, my starfish basically sat like a hand, and it was always sat like that, and we just called it the big blue glove.
it?
It was a good sort of like almost the same size as my face, sort of
Wow.
size in there. Yeah, it was a big old guy. But yeah, I've kept pistol shrimp and boxer shrimp and, you know, all sorts. I even looked at getting moving up into seahorses at one point. I was going to buy a separate tank for them.
Yeah.
Because they're, you know, but they are like seriously hard to keep.
Yeah, stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, pistol shrimp are quite cool. But the thing is, like, they've got one claw or pincer bigger than the other. And when they bring it together, it makes like a sound like a shotgun almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the fastest moving things on the planet, isn't it? The closing of a pistol shrimp's claw. It creates a shockwave in the water. They can use it to stun other fish and stuff.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so you know, you'd be laying there at night time, going dozing off to sleep, and all of a sudden you just hear this big bang, and you know, sort of jump up out your skin half the time.
What they called pistol shrimp?
Pistol shrimp, yeah. I was just mentioning about the mantis shrimp. You know, mantis shrimp are like long, and they're not. They don't actually look like shrimp as of such. They're like long and slender with like front-facing claws.
Yeah, it's more like a
And
long, skinny lobster, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean they can bust through glass and all sorts. The shop basically. Hello, Jack. Yeah,
that's weird, isn't it? How they got one claw bigger than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that I was saying about that owned the shop, fish shop that I was getting all my stuff from, they had a delivery of live rock come in, and he was moving all the live rock into the tank, getting it all ready for sale and stuff like that. Put his hand in, and this little mantis shrimp, about, I'd say no bigger than 1.5 to 2 inches, no bigger than that whatsoever. Apparently it comes shooting out of one of these pieces of rock and basically shattered his finger.
Wow.
Ow.
That's nuts.
Yeah, when like fully grown, they get to a hefty size, and you've got to keep them behind some, I think it's like 20 mil reinforced glass and stuff,
Wow.
because they'll shoot at the glass and they'll come through it.
That's mad.
All you want, innit? All that all over your living room, like.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
But yeah, they have some serious power behind them.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
not
basically just
not for a novice keeper then at all, really. That is it.
no.
Special
And as I say,
ballistic
where they get
glass for a tank.
yeah, and like I say, I think from memory serving me correctly, they can get up to about 8 or 9 inches long, something like that.
That's quite
One
big.
of them. There is actually like reports of like divers going down, and the mantis shrimp actually dive out of rocks and have shattered people's legs and stuff like that.
Wow.
God.
Tyler's just said there actually apparently acrylic tanks are better for stuff like that. They're less likely. I would imagine acrylic tanks are less likely to shatter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going back when I was thinking about it sort of like 10, 12 years ago, like the information that I'm just going on from then. I mean, obviously, things change over time, don't they, with any keeping?
Yeah.
And I mean, acrylic tanks now have obviously proven to be a lot
Robust.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have tremendous power behind them.
That's mad.
There you go, Tyler, 15 to 20 mil acrylic.
Yeah. That's still a hefty piece of acrylic, like.
Yeah, that is, isn't it?
That would be more expensive than glass.
But yeah, there's that's what I like about marine as well, is that there's the deadly side of things.
Yeah. Well, lionfish are venomous, aren't they?
Yeah, they have a serious sting on them. I every day when I used to come home to feed it, the problem basically I'd get the sort of braai shrimp and put it in a shot glass, and then just like scoop up some water from the tank and then defrost it in that, and then obviously tip it in. But every evening, my lionfish would know what time it was and when feeding time was, and you try to dip this shot glass in, and it'd dart at your fingers. So you had to be pretty quick to then get in, dip the shot glass in, and get it back out before you got stung. There was a couple of times that he caught me across the top of the fingers and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's not enough, obviously, to like really catch me, but sort of just enough that it sort of brushed past, and you can sort of like come out and you're like, yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah. Wow.
And
you're worried
thing is,
you're worried about getting a feather-leg baboon.
Yeah,
don't do
it.
They get to quite a hefty size as well, the lionfish.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like the main centerpiece in my tank. Basically, he was the main big fish. Everything else was like little stuff around him.
Yeah, they're stunning looking fish. There's no doubt about
that. I'm alright with a goldfish, I suppose, but
yeah,
it's a safe option, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of my best fish, like one of the best, and like I like the boxfish or the cowfish. They come under two different, but they literally are little boxes, and they've got like a little snout mouth with this little tail on the back.
Yeah.
They are cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have it. We'd love to have everything though. Like I said, if we keep going the way we're going, this, I mean, the house is already a zoo. There's such a variety of stuff here, and there's a bit in every corner. You can't go anywhere in this house without coming across some random animal or other. But yeah, we would like to have fish. It's just finding somewhere to put them now.
And that's the thing with fish as well. Like, it's all right having a little tank, but you don't want a little tank, do you?
No.
To me, when you get a fish tank, it's sort of like you have to get something that like 3 foot long, maybe more.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a fish tank.
No.
Even my smallest marine tank was 2'6".
Yeah. Tyler's just said the estate agent came over for a look around the house the other day and left absolutely terrified.
I had the same sort of thing when
they've got quite a few bits and bobs, snakes and lizards and stuff, dogs, rodents. There you go.
Yeah, I had my landlord come round one day because I was looking after a girlfriend's dog at the time, and obviously I'm not meant to have any pets there, blah blah blah, and the dog had now gone back, so it was fine. The landlord turns up and she's like, "Oh, we've had a complaint that there's been a dog up here." It's like, no dog here, no nothing. Oh, do you mind if, by all means, if you want to come in and double check there's no dog here, it's fine. Comes walking in, and there's like a massive 3'6" fish tank in the front room, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know if we'll allow this." I'm like, "Then please don't walk into the second bedroom. You've got like a monitor lizard, you've got a tortoise, you've got geckos, you've got a snake, you've got another 2 fish tanks." It's sort of like, please don't walk in there. From that point onwards, it was sort of like anytime they come round, it was like, "I'll shut that bedroom door." They always ask me, it's like, "Well, why do you need a 2-bedroom flat?" It was like, "Oh, just I like space."
Jojo's off. Good evening, Jojo. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your dinner.
Good evening. See you later.
Adios.
Yeah, I'm lucky. My people that own these properties don't generally come around for inspections and stuff, so.
No,
we're supposed to declare all our pets.
Where is our landlord? Up north, aren't they? Somerset. Our landlords live in Somerset.
Nothing wrong with Somerset, my love.
No, just that it's a little bit far to travel just to come and check the property.
Whereabouts in Somerset, do you know?
No.
Oh. Got a load of bits.
There we go.
Somerset properly.
Yeah, he's got it in there, even with the accent, Somerset. All right.
You think it's like there's one road over there, the other side of that is Somerset.
Wow.
I'm pretty close to it.
Yeah, we're not that far. We're just up the road. Somerset starts at like Frome if you go in that way from here.
Yeah.
So once you hit Frome, that's only like 25 minutes up the road, really.
So there's it's probably about 15, 20-minute walk from here is the Froome
Okay.
Valley Walkway, and it starts
Okay.
here and it goes to Froome,
Wow.
and it's just like a river walk. It's a hell of a way, mine. I've never done it, but
You have to one day, wouldn't you, just to say you've done it?
yeah, but it's so far in it to Froome.
I'm surprised you've not. I'm surprised you've not taken a bike down there.
I've done bits of it, but you get a lot of dogs down there, and you know, I don't want to go run over a dog or nothing like that. But
Yeah. Creepy Crawly UK just said he's about an hour south of Froome. I don't really know what an hour south of Froome is.
neither do I. Where are you from?
In fact, to be fair, the only two places in Somerset I know is Froome and Yeovil.
Yovel. Ooh, I hate when people say that. At the minute, it's a trials bike, but it's like a downhill setup, if that makes any sense to you. You won't want it landing on you, I can tell you that. It is heavy.
He's not far from Yeovil.
Oh, right, okay. What do you have for tea, Tom?
I had curry.
Ooh, what type?
I don't know. What did I have? Jalfrezi, was it? Or
I
something?
don't know.
I don't know. What did I have?
No.
It was brown.
Yeah, it was a chicken curry. It tasted like I don't know,
A curry?
jalfrezi almost. Yeah, a hot curry.
Okay.
Evening, Robbie.
Evening, Robbie. No, Robbie's talking to you.
What did you have, Wayne?
I actually haven't had my tea yet. I had a nap instead.
What are you
A
going
nap.
to have?
I am going to have oven roasted chicken thighs basted
Nice.
with my sweet chili sauce.
Okay.
I was going to say, so
That'd
it's
be
not
fun.
4 eclairs this week then.
No, not this week. It was potentially going to be a tube of Pringles, but
That was so satisfying, right? Sitting there watching you eat them. Honestly. Every week you should.
just sit here and stuff my face with eclairs.
Yeah. Maybe do like a different cake each week or something.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all right, Robbie, no worries.
yeah, no worries, dude.
Just jumping in.
It's the birthday eve today, isn't it? Birthday's tomorrow. If I remember correctly. If that's correct. Many happy returns for tomorrow, dude.
Leave so.
He's not bothered at all about the fact this is his birthday. He's just looking forward to his absolutely massively super rare mystery box from the Spider Shop.
To be
Which is a
honest, I'd be
fair
the
one, right?
Yeah.
Unboxing tomorrow. I'll definitely be checking that out. I'm really interested to see what's in that box.
100%.
You're right, my darling. You don't have to sit there in silence, you know, if you want to.
Hi, Sarah.
Are you alright?
Yeah, not too bad. Apart from I had to go out and get another bloody cage today.
Oh dear. See,
But-
it just means they're getting spoiled and well looked after, which is lovely.
Put it this way, I could get in that cage if I crouched down, but I could get in it. It's pretty good though. It's like full up with everything you give a rat, I suppose. I don't know.
And I bet the rats are just curled up in one corner, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They were earlier.
Yeah. Give them
You
time,
got
they'll
this
love
little,
it.
like, do you know what? You had the sugar gliders in the little bag thing.
Yeah.
She got like a big one of them, and they were both just sat in there, which was quite nice because their heads were both out at the same time.
Oh.
But I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. You love them really.
They're growing on me.
Yeah, no, I do. I see it in a couple of months' time. You're going to be sat on your live stream with one of them sat on your shoulder because it's your new best friend.
No.
Possibly.
Sat on the beak of his cap, just sat there.
just like chilling there, like.
Sharing your gummy sweets.
Yeah, they're not nice this week. I ain't buying any again.
See you later, guys. I'm listening from the other room.
Have a good one. That's out of a porcupine.
Oh yeah. It's like getting stuck with one of them.
Oh, mate, the end of it. Oh my god. No, thank you.
Yeah, that'd hurt that.
Rats are the best. Well, they're growing on me, but I don't mean this to come out the wrong way, but rats I know as food. Not my food.
Snake food.
Yeah. So, that's the trouble I'm having. Like, you know.
Food, pet, food.
That's why they're not in
Yeah.
this room. They're in another one. Like, they're pretty cool, I must admit.
Yeah.
They're like,
But that's why this particular batch, were never planned to be snake food anyway. So
yeah.
So like Sarah, like the pair that these ones came from, she separated them out as pets anyway, and then they had babies, and then obviously those babies then also became potential pets. So now we have one lot that's all in the breeding cages that are snake food, and then we've got the ones that Sarah's now decided that she's going to raise on, and give them away to people, sell them to people that want pet rats.
They are stunning, I must admit. Like, just.
They are cool little rats, to be fair.
Yeah, they are.
That's
Yeah,
pretty true,
absolutely.
mostly.
I do it with the frozen ones. No, I don't.
Name them, stroke them before you feed them to the snakes. That's a bit weird.
Go now to your destiny.
What I don't like is when you buy a packet of frozen ones, they come like hugging each other.
Yes, yeah.
And you're like, oh, really?
They're all in a row of 5 or 10 spooning. You're like, oh.
Did you have to put them in like that?
Oh, bless them. So yeah. Once these ones are sort of gassed down and ready to go in the freezer, when we get them ready for freezing, Sarah does the same. She packs them all nicely in a bag, all cuddling each other. Bless them.
Make sure they know that they're still there for each other.
Yeah, it's like night night, sweet dreams. Still not the same as sugar gliders, though, eh?
Now, why do they laugh or not laugh, but make the same noise as a seagull? That's what I didn't understand.
It's called crabbing. Yeah, it's like a weird barking sound.
That's pretty cool. That's very true. Yeah. Imagine if they did come like that. Someone having a bit of fun in a factory, like, oh, I tell you what, it's my
Let's
last
mix it
day.
up
Let's
today.
just mix everything up.
Yeah, with the sugar gliders, it just makes me laugh how they'll make that noise just like the minute you disturb them, especially if it's any time during the day, because they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
So the minute you disturb them during the day, even if you just walk into the room and switch the light on, sometimes they start going off at it.
It's really cute though, isn't it?
Yeah. But like when you go in to give them stuff, so Sarah like hand feeds them, going through the process of bonding and trying to get a know, and they'll make that noise. Oh, it's a grumpy noise. They're warning you. They're not happy that you're there. But she'll go in to hand feed them, and they'll make that noise right up until the point where they snatch the food out of her hand, munch on it, and then carry on afterwards. Ungrateful. That's what that is. But they've got such amazing personalities. They are cool. So cool. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, thank you. Now piss off.
As bad as most kids, then, really.
Yeah.
They whinge at you because they want something. You give it to them, they have that, and then go back to whinge them.
Yeah. They've been particularly challenging today, Mighty.
I'll be back in a minute, all
Because
right?
they just knew you were home, that was
Roger.
all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I tried to do this sort of grown-up thing with them this morning, sit them down and say, right, you know, Mummy's not very well today. She's feeling a bit under the weather, so I need you to be grown up. I need you to help me look after Mummy and that sort of stuff. And at first they were like, yeah, no dramas. Lasted about half an hour, and then they were just tearing the place apart and being their usual selves. So, yeah. And my two, they're clever kids. They're unfortunately, which means that they've learned how to manipulate you. They know how to get what they want, and they push and push and push and push and push until you just like you will tear your own hair out. And
Yeah, but they have years of planning this and processing what you're like.
the problem is my two learn far too quickly. So what they should be doing when they're sort of 6, 7, 8-year-olds, they're actually doing now when they're 4 and 5, which is it's a challenging age for kids anyway. Plus they're only like just under a year apart. Yeah, I think we're all like that, to be fair. That's just a given in a hobby. It's like saying just one more, isn't it?
I'll see you later, Angel. Have a good one.
Good night, Angel. See you later.
Yeah, Stefan. I have seen that Raggy's made mini group. Yeah,
I've not seen that. What's that about?
that they've made a kids Raggy's group basically, where
Okay.
they can go on and show their like animals and pets and any arts and crafts and basically just anything that they want, pretty much.
That's mega.
Anything that they've made or anything that they've got that they'd like to show off.
That's awesome. Not so much Jonathan, because he's not quite as much into it, but my youngest Alex, he'd be well up for that. He's the one that, like, you ask James when he gets back, he was stood there in the spider room the other day, and he was pointing at all the tarantulas, and he was telling James what all the scientific names were for all the tarantulas. James was like, I can't believe it. How old is he? he's definitely like my little, like, I've influenced him. He's a little mini me.
Sorry about that. I had to go open the door.
That's all right, dude. Just saying about this new mini raggies group that's on for the kids to go on and do, like, all their little bits and pieces. I'm just saying at the time, I think Alex would be all over that.
Oh man, clever kid. Like, I was blown away. Like, yeah, definitely.
I'll bet Jojo.
Welcome back, Jojo. Have you had something to eat now?
What did you have?
Everyone's like,
Come on, suspense.
Did Jojo
Pasta.
have the tea?
What was that?
Soup.
Yeah. That's not a meal.
That was... Dear.
Angel says he is still ill, Jojo. It still hasn't. Yeah, I know. The chat on this takes forever.
See, now that sounds like something I would do.
Garnish your soup with some Pringles.
Or cook some noodles and put that in it.
So it's a bit awkward, but yeah, noodle soup. Gotta love a noodle soup. Has she sent you the recipe yet?
No.
I have to check with Shannon, see if she sent a recipe through.
I'm eager to do it. Like,
So yeah, on the subject of Pringles, you know, every year they bring out like the seasonal range, the limited edition seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
Well, last year they brought out a range of honey glazed ham Pringles.
Wow.
That, no joke, are the best thing I've ever eaten, and they've just brought them back out again this year.
I need to find them.
I might have to go looking for them.
They are amazing.
Pringles are just, I mean, the only downside to them is you can't get your hand all the way in a tube. I know, slide them out, but it's just annoying.
You can cheat a little bit, because once you get to a certain point, you can sort of squash the tube a little bit to fit your hand a bit further in.
Yeah.
But after that point, and then obviously once you've tipped them up to get them out and you let them fall back down, they're not stacked up evenly in the tub anymore, are they? They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they're upside down and inside out. Not inside out, but you know what I mean. They're just a mess.
What you're saying here is they need to make them slightly bigger so you can put your hand in, but make the actual Pringles themselves slightly bigger.
Yes. Basically.
100%. Or
cut a long story short, that's what I was getting. Yeah.
They're going to have to start packaging them in a strip so that you can open the packaging and have them in like a tray. So you've got access to all of them and they stay lined up.
Like
no, you can't do that. That's all the plastic haters right there. It'd have to be in some form of the biodegradable tray.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Made of compost or something like that.
Hang on a minute. I'm just if I read that correctly, sprout flavored Walkers.
Yeah, I've had those.
Okay, I hate sprouts, but if they taste like crispy seaweed from a Chinese, I'm all up for that.
Yeah, I think I'm in. But I don't care. I like sprouts as well. So either way.
Yeah, not a fan. I think we had this conversation before. I'm not a fan of sprouts. Not your standard Christmas dinner boiled sprout, anyway.
It's just a miniature cabbage.
Genius. Look at that. Jax just said, just cut the tube in half with a Stanley knife.
Then you've got 2 mini pots of Pringles. I like it.
Yeah. Not that you really need to do that, because who opens a pot of Pringles and puts them back on the shelf and saves any for later?
Funny, because I did it earlier, actually. I had half a tube and thought, that'll do. I'll save the rest for later.
Nah, I can't do that. It's almost
I
like
mean,
a
once
thing.
you come off the stream, then you'll go back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I open a tube of Pringles and they're gone. No messing.
Such a great word as well, isn't it? Pringle. Oh. Oh, so satisfying to say.
Just has that ring to it.
Pringle, get it?
Yeah, as a single man and not having to worry about cooking dinners for families and that sort of stuff. One of my most common evening can't be asked to cook anything meals was a pot noodle and a tube of Pringles, and you use the Pringles to scoop out the pot noodle.
Ooh.
It sounds good.
Eating your own cutlery there.
I've tried it in various different combinations, different flavors, different pot noodles, different flavored Pringles, and the ones that work the best are the cheese and onion flavored Pringles with a chicken and mushroom pot noodle.
You really had a lot of time on your hands, didn't you?
I did, and actually, if you do the beef and tomato pot noodle with the barbecue flavored Pringles, that's also a really good combination.
Yeah. I bet that's nice. I really want a pot noodle now.
No.
Scotch broth.
Actually, no, I'm with Jojo on that one. I do like a nice Scotch broth.
Let's just leave that there, shall we? Next.
You're attempting to get glitter everywhere.
Oh, Wayne loves glitter. Send him it.
No.
It's full of glitter.
Oh, don't work.
No glitter. No. No.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That would mysteriously find its way into the outside bin in my house.
Just bright legs and run.
Have you seen that glittery pumpkin anywhere? No, I haven't seen it.
When did it turn up?
Black glitter, silver glitter, orange glitter.
Yeah, I think I now have glitter all over the bench.
Oh God.
So if you see any on the next videos, you'll know where it's come from.
Oh, Tyler's just said she's seen edible glitter today.
Isn't all glitter edible?
Yeah, but I don't think that's by choice. That's just because it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
I hate glitter so much. Yes, Jojo.
Is that one for you, Wayne?
No, not happening. It's never ever happening.
No, babes.
Yeah, you didn't like the idea of glitter, did you?
Yeah, see, the problem is obviously Sarah knows that glitter just really just it's one of them things. You know how like people with little OCD things freak out. That is me with glitter. It gets everywhere. I freak out. Everywhere you turn, there's like little bits of light bouncing off of glitter. That's just, and like I said, you know, you can open a Christmas card that's covered in glitter, and then at Easter, you still like get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and finding bits of it stuck to your friggin' eyelids. It's just doesn't. I just can't do it.
Sparkles.
So yeah, everyone knows now. So everyone now will send fucking glittery Christmas cards.
I'm just going to empty so many tubes into a card, so when you go like that, and just poof, everywhere.
Red eyes.
Or get you a cannon with it in.
No, dude, seriously, I would genuinely have a panic attack. It would freak me out.
That's okay, I'll record it.
No, you will not.
Think of the views you would get on that. Do it for the tube.
That's it. Everyone that watches these backs, every time they send through a set of stickers or anything else, there's going to be damn glitter in the envelopes now, and it's all your fault.
Great.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only plastic, that covered in glitter.
I might have a crisp sandwich, I think. A Pringle sandwich. Mm.
She's bringing out all these glittery, shiny Halloween things.
Oh god!
I didn't know there was such thing. I didn't know Halloween and glitter went together.
No. No.
I didn't see what you planted in, Kieran's. What was that?
Yeah.
Drugs.
Well, to some people, it is like a drug, yes. No. Planted a tarantula in his tarantula room.
Yeah, he
That's
really
the one.
doesn't like that, does
But that's what it was sent or placed in the room as. But what it actually was.
LPs are great.
I've got one. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm happy. I'd much rather have a Pantherbeatus or a Theraphosa or something.
Yeah, it's nice to have in the collection, I think.
Because when they're fully grown, they take up.
I've got the adult female, and thanks to Tom, I have a sub-adult male away at some stage soon.
That's not a problem. I do normally keep my ears out for things. Like I said to you the other day as well, obviously, I couldn't remember which Theraphosa it was you were after.
Yeah.
So You know, I do keep my ears open for people.
Awesome. No, much appreciated, dude. I do appreciate that. I have found a mature male Neo Holotheliense. Andy Orms has got one in So Many Legs. So I might
It
give
could
him
be
a
my
shout.
one.
I might give him a shout.
Well, I sent my one off to him about 2.5 months ago, 2 months ago.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything back from him yet, but I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Obviously, I didn't
legs.
ask. Yeah, I didn't ask him. He obviously asked me what I wanted. I said I don't really want anything. Just send me like a handful of slings if it happens.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't too worried if or what. Because he was like, oh, you know, do you want like a 50-50 or do you want? I was like, no, just, you know, send me a handful. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care about taking on that many.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm the same with stuff like that. It doesn't. I'm not overexcited about like if I've got a mature male to send. If somebody can use them, I much prefer that he's he's going to someone where he'll serve a purpose as opposed to just sitting in a collection, getting old and never achieving what he was designed to achieve.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to just sort of send them off, and bonus if somebody wants to send us a slack arm for the slings, if they have a successful breeding, then like I said, bonus. But yeah, I shall have to send them a message and see if it's still good. We'll get that one because our female's good and ready to go. So if that's a mature male, you can go straight in, no waiting around.
Sexy time.
So yeah, just a T blondie now, and the purple tree spider male. Jojo, if you're still there, I did ask about that P Cambridge eye that you were asking about. It's not available anymore. I meant to message you and I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, literally like 2 days before I messaged, it was gone. Ooh. Can't quite make out what that is.
That was the Incy that I sent off to him.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I've done exactly the same with him. It was just like, you know, I put a message up in one of the groups, and next minute I got a message from him saying, "Oh yeah, if it's available." But yeah, I'm the same. If I was to have a mature male of something, I'd much rather it go off, or if I can attempt to do something. And I don't think I'm quite ready at that stage yet for breeding, but I'm sure I will be soon enough.
Yeah. Well, I've done over the years. I've done quite a few different breeding projects. Some have been successful, some not so much. So I've had 2 attempts at breeding P Metallicas and both failed. The first one, I put the male in. He was drumming away like crazy when he was in the enclosure next door to her, and then when I put him in there, they just steered clear of each other. They were in there together for 4 days, and they just never went near each other. So that was really disappointing. Second time I paired him up, I kind of left him. I didn't see if anything happened, but I came back the following morning after putting him in, and he'd been eaten, which was fantastic. And then, literally about a month after that, she molted out. So that was disappointing. So 2 failed attempts at P Metallicas, but I've successfully bred OBTs. I've successfully bred the Hysterocrates Gygus.
Why don't you tell everyone what happened to the OBTs, Wayne?
So that was different OBTs from the ones I bred actually. So I have paired and bred OBTs myself, but this was from a gravid female that we purchased, not knowing that she was gravid. The bloke said that he'd paired her, but it was like 6 months before or something silly like that. So we were not expecting anything from her. We kept her in the Exoterra that she was in the bedroom upstairs, which was the spider room in the old house. Obviously, as you know, Exoterras have got those 2 little slidey bits at the back where the cables go. So they were open, and we realised that an egg sac had hatched out when we started finding baby OBTs all over the house.
Imagine that lot running about. Oh my god.
So yeah, we collected up all the ones that we found, but yeah, God knows how many of them made it into like the loft spaces behind the boiler in yeah, God knows. But yes, we had a lot of escaped baby OBTs. When I collected them all up and separated them all out, we had 96 of them. So potentially quite a few could have disappeared.
Not been there.
Yeah. And like I said, we didn't even know that she'd hatched out an egg sac. They must have all stayed together. We'd not noticed it. And then as they started to expand and disappear, they just started working their way all around the house. And the first one we actually found downstairs in the kitchen, wandering across the kitchen floor.
That's mad.
I suppose that's one way to find your first one.
Yeah. I just saw it going across the kitchen floor. And you know when you look at a spider and think, that's not like a normal wander across your house kind of spider. Yes, Tyler, you did sleep in the room next door. And that was actually shortly after we lost the Nigerian giant baboon as well. So
wow.
Yeah. So no, we never found that one. And that was already that was already a large juvenile as well. So we ordered 3 of them off of a guy on reptile forums. We ordered 3 off a guy on reptile forums, and when he sent them through, I did what I normally did. So I'd come home at lunchtime, open the package, made sure that they were okay, and then popped them on the shelf in the spider room for wait for me to get home so I could actually put them into their enclosures. But what I'd not realised is that one of the lids on the pots that he'd put them in was actually broken. So although I had a quick look to check and it was fine, I closed it up and it was actually broken. So half of the pot lid didn't close. So it obviously warmed up and decided to go for a wander because it just pushed the lid open and buggered off. So potentially that's still floating around that house somewhere, probably feeding on OBTs. Either that or the OBTs have ganged up and taken that one down.
Luckily enough, I haven't got any, or haven't got to that stage yet. I've had a few like run off the table and stuff, but never that I've actually lost anything.
One of the freakiest ones was again in the same place. We had a pair of boas in an old converted wardrobe that we tipped on its side and turned into a vivarium. But the day we ordered the tempered glass for it, when we got it home, one of the sheets of glass broke, so we replaced that sheet of glass temporarily with a sheet of plywood. The plywood was cut to the same size, so it fitted into the sliding bit in the Viv. So we had half glass, half plywood. Waiting to go and get the next bit of glass. And obviously boas are quite intelligent, plywood's quite flexible. So she figured out that if she wedged herself down in between the water bowl and the plywood and just expanded, she could eventually pop the plywood out of its runners, which she then did, and then went for a wander around the shelving that had all the tarantulas and stuff on. knocked a load off the shelf. A couple of the tanks broke, and one of there was quite a few things that had sort of got out and started wandering around. But walking into that room after I heard the crash, bearing in mind this was 3 o'clock in the morning, massive crash from next door. Walked in, and there she is. She's on the shelving, just there, big adult female, 11-foot boa, staring me in the face. And then running up the wall on the opposite side of the room is an adult female P. regalis. So, yeah, you can imagine the tanks piled on the floor where she's knocked them off the shelf. And that was a fun day, not 3 o'clock in the morning trying to recapture crazy pokies. No, that wasn't Rosie. That was Roxy. So that was Adolf's partner, the one that passed away because she was a really old girl. So yeah, that Tyler and my brother, when they came over to stay with us a little while ago, so I absolutely fell in love with a few of our snakes. So one of our friends went back over to Northern Ireland to visit some family, so he sent him back over with a few snakes to drop off for those guys. So one of our first boas that we actually had from a baby, which was one of Sarah's Christmas presents I got her for a few years back, is now with my brother and Tyler over in Northern Ireland. So she was a beautiful, beautiful snake, salmon blushing boa. I'm really, really glad that she went to a good home. Yeah, she always did have a bit of a personality. You literally just had a few little run across the table type escapes.
Yeah, I really haven't had much. No, saying that, the INSEE draw mail that I packed up for him did give me a little bit of a run around, ending up underneath the table, pretty much like the Kamata's done on the hot sauce challenge.
Yeah, that was mental. That just nope.
I suppose you can't have a hot sauce challenge without a run as well.
No. I was really lucky on mine. No dramas, no escapes. Only 2 of them didn't eat. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Wish I had that luck.
Oh God, how many was it in the end for you?
I think it was 7. And then I've still done an extra one at the end, didn't I? Just for good measures.
Yeah. Well, I did the 2 that didn't eat, and then I did an extra one at the end. But yeah. What was that, dear? Yeah, she said it was only so I could make her do one as well. Oh, that's mega. What happened to James?
I don't know. But I was thinking about calling it quite soon.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a downside to midweek streams. Everyone's got work in the morning. Yeah, James has just said his phone died. He's off to make some food. I do need to have something to eat as well, actually, and still need to get to bed at a half decent time. So if you're happy, mate, I'm happy to say good evening to everyone and thank you for joining. And we will pick up again, same time, same place, almost next week.
On your channel?
On my channel next week, yeah.
Your channel.
So if anyone's not subscribed, please go check out my channel and subscribe. Watch out for the notification. We will be on my channel next week.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you everyone for coming along. It's been a really good chat. I've had a good
Right, yeah.
yeah, it's been a good evening. And yeah, for all of those that are off trick or treating and having fun over the weekend, happy Halloween. And yeah, right, we'll see you later,
Yeah, all
people.
look
Thank you
after
very much for
yourselves.
joining.
Yeah.
Tom, enjoy yourself, mate. See you later.
Same
James,
with
chat to you later,
I'll
dude.
speak to you soon.
And we'll speak soon. Take care.
See you all later.
Stay safe.
Thanks for all joining.